Potentially 15 minutes because there's just a chance I have to jump any point in time, but I just wanted to at least give that update because it's an important update for the platform. So this is a emergency stream. Might have to disconnect. Emergency spontaneously. Alarm. I never know. It's a red sign. Emergency. Okay, guys. So, really, what is this about? Emergency stream. Okay. No. So, first things first. A bit of an update. Okay. So, we're kind of shifting. We're doing a bit of a. I deployed a new version, and we're doing a bit of a change in terms of how we're gonna approach these. Okay. So we're gonna launch a new idea. I might have to just shut this down, the stream, at any point in time because my entire family. But I want to at least give you guys an update. So, um, so essentially, the mining human cognition project, Omega Quest goes on, and we're just basically trying to crack what the best way to do these is going to be. Okay, and we've basically tested a few things already, right? As you know, and we're picking what works. We're picking what works best for everyone, what people are interested in. So for sure, we're keeping the mining sites, or what used to be called the farms, right? So the mining sites are basically the the part where you have actually the mines. We're gonna be calling them mining sites now, and you can stake Omega there, and they give you yields, and that's good. There's bots behind these. They are generating synthetic data. It's all fine. People seem to like these. We will open these to new currencies this week, so you'll be able to stake here GSD, X1X, whatever, like all any other sort of BAX coin. You'll be able to stake in here. If someone's interested in like running a custom bot, finally, instead of just exposing it as a feature, just reach out. We'll figure something out, right? But I want to minimize what we're exposing now, and I want to do basically, basically half the rent a human and sort of half the mines, right? And then the new thing that we're launching is basically the possibility of opening a mine, and opening a mine basically meaning that you're joining here as a sort of you're building your own data business, you're becoming a data creator, right? So this is a bit of a new program, a new idea that I'm launching this week. And we have got already batch one ready of people. It's 5 people, and then I'm opening 5 more slots for batch two. So the idea here is the following, right? The idea is, well, Bax, and let's look at the Bax platform. Let's look at the Bax platform. The idea of a Bax platform is to get funding for your ideas, right? Awesome. How does this work? So it helps creators, artists, and entrepreneurs fund their ideas with coins that anyone can trade, right? So launch a coin for yourself or anyone else, verify ownership, and you earn the volume. So at the end of the day, I kind of thought, look, why are we even trying to be the financial source for people that want to trade their own data? These are people who are like, these are hard to find people. You know what I mean? These are people who are hard to find, because it takes guts to actually do these, right? It takes guts to sit there, record yourself, and and basically put that online, right? And share this with the world. So why not? Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sponsor a coin for them. We're gonna sponsor tokens for these people, right? So we're gonna work in batches, and as I said, I have already the first 5 users ready. And what's gonna happen is, if you want to be part of these, then basically join. Just DM me, right? I'll put you into a batch, and what I'll do is basically we will actually sponsor a Bax token that you're gonna have 100% ownership of in terms of the fee, the royalties, and that's gonna be your business, right? So that's gonna be essentially you're gonna have to commit to at least 3 months, like at least an hour of video every month, right? And we're gonna do seasons. So the first season is gonna be, it's like a battle pass, right? Like a mining pass. The first season is gonna be for free. And then we can sponsor further tokens, obviously, for you, but then you're gonna have to pay like a fee per season. That's gonna be like a mining pass. Okay? So we're gonna do a mining pass if you want to continue the business, if you're happy with the way this works. The idea is the fees gives you directly, like they actually give you directly the rewards, right? So you don't have to depend on Omega per se. You get the rewards directly on your Bags account. And if you make the token fly, you make the token fly. We will do marketing for you. We will actually promote the token. We will promote the individual miners, and sort of, I have already, like the cool profiles. I have a guy who has like a chemistry background. I have people who are like interested in math and like formal logic problems, things like these. So we're gonna celebrate every single one of those, and basically the fees that they get out of the token are for them. Now we acting as partners, right? Because what we will do is we will create those via the partnership API. We Omega Quest is going to take like a chunk of these fees, of course, right? So Omega Quest gets like I think it's 25%. Those will be all put back into the Omega ecosystem, right? 100% of these will be put back into the Omega ecosystem, and these will actually help the Omega token as well grow, which is what we always want to do. We always want to have that sort of mechanism or that system where we're getting basically people funded, and we are also then having a bit of a positive feedback loop, right? If I say something stupid, I haven't slept for the whole fucking night. Okay, so the baby's just been vomiting and diarrhea. So sorry for being explicit, but that's the way that it is, guys. That's what we're launching, right? So sign up for free. You need an account at Omega Quest, and then just record your thinking. We're gonna sponsor your token, so you don't actually have to pay anything. You don't have to launch the token yourself, right? Because launching a coin means you can launch the coin here, right? So we will actually fund an initial buy, right? We will sponsor that initial buy for you, and then essentially you're gonna get those royalties. And basically it's open-ended, right? It's up to like how famous you become as a data creator, really. Maybe it's a new class of hey, let's fucking go, Alps. I just saw a message. Fireman. So we there's no cap in terms of how much you can make. There are people making 10K, there are people making 1, 2, 3,000, right? I don't know. We'll see how that works, right? But we'll pretty much basically do this in batches of people initially, and then we'll see how much of it we open. There's still going to be the special operations. The special operations actually are going to be the bounties, right? So those bounties will still be there for like specific targeted types of data. They'll be maybe a bit less common, but I'll still have like 1 or 2 that are always like active and that you can always claim, right? So the training bounty is always still going to be there. The Monty Hall problem. And then we're going to have a couple of these still available. The pool is there, the rewards pool is full, and it's basically waiting for people to claim these. So the special operations will be there. The sort of opening your own mine and partnering with us and launching your own data business is going to be there. Open a mine, maybe that's the right way to name it, but whatever. And then obviously field operations. If you really own, that's something else. If you really own a wearable, like an Omni device or like the Ray-Ban glasses from Meta or something like this, just contact me, okay? We'll set you up to also make money with these. So we want your data, we want your audio, we want your video, and we will basically connect this, plug this directly into the platform. So yes, we will do this, guys. And obviously for those of you who own Omega and own other tokens and just want to pass best in our bot mines, and I'm going to try to make some nice visuals for these, but the idea is going to be this one. You're going to have like you can stake on those malt, and this is shit, right? But you can stake on the mines and then basically get rewards. This one gives you yields weekly. Yes. Okay. So we will be launching these in the next couple days, guys. So give me some time. I need to code a few things, test a few things. I want this to be a big success, so I don't wanna I don't wanna mess it up. And yeah, let me see. Right. No, I don't think. Cool. So we have time for some practice, I guess, unless there are any questions. Um, if there are any questions, let me know. But I think what I'll do is we'll do some practice. I have been trying. I have something to try this again. Band. Oh, I have the cap on, but that should work. Because if this, no, we'll try without. Uh, okay, we'll see. If I go here and am I logged in? So what about we do? What about we do capacitor? I mean, I have no idea about electromagnetism. Let's try to do something like this. Let's practice. Okay. The whole point of the Socratic lesson, remember, this is just a practice tool. It's a practice tool for thinking out loud. And it's just also to prove you that the current state of LLMs that are like thought, if you harness an LLM, if you build a harness like this one to kind of make sure or sort of get the LLM to help you, they don't always work well. I'm gonna start the session. Hopefully it works. Let's see if I can connect the muse. Need to turn Bluetooth on. On. Then the recording channels ready to go. Yes. What do you imagine storing energy truly means? Let's start. Yes, microphone use. Okay, so what do I imagine the storing energy truly mean? We're trying to understand how a capacitor stores energy. Um, uh, so what storing energy mean? I mean, storing energy. The way that I think about energy always is like you can't. It's just not something that stays. Um, not something that stays kind of like uh somewhere like physical that you can touch, right? Um, essentially, and I see there's two only one, but anyway, because I have the cut. But anyway, for now, as I said, like I only have. So, what do you mean? So, but I guess storing energy is basically the concept here would be you built a device that is able to actually trap something that you can then take energy out of, right? And that would essentially mean um I always like think about the concept of potential energy, but I don't know if potential energy from an electromagnetic perspective exists at all. Um, so trying to think out loud here. I mean, I guess if you think of energy as, I mean, we know that it is the electrons moving, right? Um, that's why you have mass, velocity. Right? I guess energy in this sense is like you have the electrons moving, but like thing is you can't keep those trapped. So storing energy in that sense, I try to think about like even a traditional battery. You kind of the energy is only released when it actually closes a circuit where then the electrons actually can move. So it means you're really trapping something. Um, from that perspective, um, yes, yes, I mean, I am as I'm as let's go. Um, oh yeah, that's the it's just the, but they don't store energy. Or energy connected in series share the same charge, but voltage. Plate separation in the there's they hold charge on their plates, creating an electric field that represents stored electric potential. Oh, okay, so I was not that wrong, and in of potential. Nice to you see, it's not working too well, as in like it doesn't understand that I'm actually, maybe in the need of a nudge. You know what I mean? Um, let's see, because I'm hoping that's recording my brainwave. Um, what physically holds the energy within the capacitor? Um, well, I have absolutely no idea. I need to dig deeper. Maybe that's a good interface, right? It's like I can't answer that. Does energy stay in the electric field when the capacitor is connected? Oh, and I wish I could go back to the previous one. So it does make no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it does. Go deeper. What happens to the electric field inside the capacitor when the terminals are no longer connected? Well, I guess the electric field then somehow dissipates, right? Not per like an electric field cannot per unless there is the flow of electrons, right? Because I mean that's what brings the energy. Right? That would be my thinking, but it's probably completely wrong. That would be my thinking, right? So it's the movement of electrons that actually generates electricity. Not whether not whether you've got atoms of electrons. Like it's not movement through whatever medium. What mechanism would allow the stored energy electric field where to vanish? Do we need to tap into thermodynamics here? In like that this stored energy turns basically heat, sort of the hot, and I'll give you 2 more minutes, guys. Does the electric field itself gain this energy? Well, it gains this energy from when it's connected to circuit, right? So that's something inside. Maybe it makes the electrons somehow like very, very like it has like a compact circuit inside or something. Interesting, because this is like unknown territory to me, right? So how would I expect something like this to help me understand? I'm totally clueless. I do need computer, but I do need the and do need that, because that's what active exploration to me means. Right, the and open talk. Then I want to ask basically these, because this question for me is like it's a knowledge question. How does the electric field itself gain the energy? I would have something here that go deeper, or basically explore answers with, you know what I mean, that I don't have to actually type that. That could be an interesting. What is the mechanism by which energy is transferred from circuit to, well, the fucking cable, isn't it? How does presence of an electric field within the capacitor translate into stored potential energy? Or maybe if it's an electric field, you know, always the electric field somehow goes connected with the magnetic field, right? So electromagnetic is like thing altogether. So probably in a way, maybe there's something in there that creates something magnetic. The capacitor, is this something? There's something big inside a that would then no active. How does it create electric to store potential energy? A very straightforward but powerful process during charging. Apply a voltage, such as a positive terminal, negative moving. Electrons towards one plate. That plate accumulates electrons. Positive. There's no electrons crossing the gap. Okay. Oh, so the charges being close to each other but not being able to cross is what creates electric. But the electric field doesn't stay. It can't, I mean. I stay. Oh. At least for a very long time. It depends exactly on the charge. Leakage of current, I mean. Okay, that's interesting. No, I definitely something to explore, guys. I'm gonna stop here though. I didn't know that actually. I didn't know that. Yes, I'm that noob. But cool. We'll end the session. And I think I've got some feedback for myself. At least I know that gaps identified. It's telling me here that it's telling me here the progress is strengthens a good initial grasp of the concept of storing energy. Indicates I can engage with ideas, blah blah, to improve. Visualize electric field, relate work. I mean, this is a nice summary. I would love to see either my or my data. I hope they are stored. I will add that to the software. I want to keep the audio and I want data. But I have to improve that. I think the tutor is the tutor, but then I need like the tutor matches you side of it where I actually hired. I really especially want rock because rock is good. Anyway, hopefully that was interesting. Cool, perfect. And what else? Yes, as I said, guys, stay tuned for these. We're going to be launching the first batch, and we're actually going to get people funded to. Can you imagine that? Get actually money, people that are just. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow, even though. See you tomorrow.